guys. We're going to get started in 30 seconds. Welcome, guys. Just getting set up here. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining Stocks and Average Trading. Welcome, guys. It's just after 11 a.m. Eastern. It's Thursday, June 25th. I hope you guys are having a great day, and we're going to get into the markets. We're going to review everything, see how everything was trading New York, Wall Street. Now we're in the post-New York session. We'll do gold and US30. And we'll also do an AI trade idea with NASDAQ. We'll plug in a time frame and we'll see what it will spit out at us. And reminder, tomorrow is the giveaway for a lucky winner who will win one month of that AI trade ideas. We'll do an example today, and also a plan with us here at SST. So I'll show you what you have to do, but you got to be joined up in our free Telegram link, which is pinned at the top of YouTube. And you'll see, if you scroll up, you'll see where the giveaway is. We're going to do a giveaway every single Friday. So we hope that we have a lucky winner in here that wins that. Okay, guys? And I hope everyone's having an amazing day. We're going to get into this. Someone said the market is a little choppy today. That's the market moves how it wants to move. What we got to do is just do our analysis and be patient, disciplined, look for a setup. If there is a setup, if there isn't, we have to continue to be patient. Okay, that's what we need to learn on these sessions, is the patience. We'll slowly over time, we'll teach the price action, we'll teach the charting, we'll teach the top down, we'll talk about those things. We'll learn on each call because there will always be price action moving. But what we need to learn is over time is the patience, the discipline. That's what will make you that much better of a trader. And I know slowly we're getting better at it, okay? And it takes time. It's not going to happen in 1 month or even 6 months or even a year. It takes some traders years and years and years to learn the patience, okay? And that's what we got to learn on these calls, okay? And I know the markets are moving right now as I'm speaking, and there could be a possible setup, or you might be in a buy or a sell, and you're seeing your setup. But what we have to do is we got to do our analysis, okay? Just in case there was someone who wasn't trading this morning or yesterday and just needs like a kind of refresher, and including myself, I wasn't with you guys yesterday. Yesterday was my son's last exam, and when they were all done, I took him and all his friends. We went to Stacked Pancakes, and we had lunch there, and we celebrated with them, and it was a fun time. So trading is not everything in life, guys. There's more to trading. You got to spend time with the family. You know, you might have to give up a few sessions, but you know, you got to enjoy life as well. So take the time to have a day off as well, and it really does help clear your mind as a trader. Whether you're doing good or you're having a bad week, it's always nice to just take a day off, go to Stacked Pancakes, order their cookies and cream pancakes, and come back to the charts the next day. Okay, so I'm gonna get started. We'll go over an AI trade idea. This is the one I'm talking about. We'll do any chart of your choice. Actually, we'll do maybe what we're not doing today. So I have right now, we're looking at gold, and we'll do Dow Jones, and maybe we'll plug in NASDAQ or S&P 500 on a particular time frame you guys like, and we'll put it in there, and it will spit out some information for us. Okay, going over today's top news over here on Forex Factory: US GDP, the third estimates, industries, corporate profits, and the state GDP. So it's telling us the real gross domestic product, the GDP, increased at an annual rate of 2.1% in the first quarter of 2026, which includes January, February, and March, according to the Bureau of Economic Analysis. So we had some GDP numbers come out. You can see right here at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we had the final GDP quarter over quarter, and the price index. We also had the core PCE price index was released this morning, and you can see it's a red folder, high impact US dollars. So this is what could potentially cause the volatility in today's market on all securities. So if you see the numbers, the actual number was 0.3% came in following the forecast and the previous month as well. You can see the final GDP increase from 1.6 to 2.1, so that's good. Our unemployment claims came out as well. Our weekly unemployment claims that come out every single Thursday morning, they were good numbers. You can see that they're lower than the forecast and lower than last week's numbers. So that means that approximately 10,000 individuals are not applying for the unemployment benefits. So that's good. And that's why it's green. And we had our core durable goods, personal income is up. That's good. Personal income is up month over month. That's great. Individuals' income is growing, and it's growing at a good, almost double from a 0.4 forecast to 0.7, and the previous month was 0. So that's a big increase in personal income month over month, and personal spending is up as well. So when you're making more income, you're going to spend more, you're going to contribute to your economy, you're going to buy more things. That's good. That's good for overall, it's good for the dollar. Okay. So if you saw the dollar was strong at this time at 8:30, this is the reasoning behind it. Okay. Will it sustain that? Will it hold it? Then the trading begins, right? This afternoon, we do have some FOMC speakers. And then tomorrow, guys, we have a Friday. Remember, we're going to come in post New York, same time this time tomorrow. We don't have any big news tomorrow. Just treat it as it's a Friday, right? And Fridays can be those tricky days, and it's approaching the end of the month. So options expire as well, end of the month. Be careful. Tomorrow could be a tricky day trading. It could be very, very difficult with the volume and volatility. Okay. And guys, just some overall news here. Just a recap, the PCE inflation hits near a 3-year high, keeping rate hike in play. So this is our new Fed chair over here, Kevin Warsh. We no longer have Powell. You saw in last week's FOMC, he was hinting that we have possible rate hikes coming in the near future. That's why the market took a big nosedive when he announced this. So maybe it's pricing in for our next FOMC if there is a hike. Okay, so the Fed's preferred gauge showed prices heated up in May, paving the way for a rate hike if inflation doesn't dissipate. Right now, U.S. stocks rise as the PCE comes in hot. Micron eases the AI fears. Micron is up almost 12%. So guys, anytime these type of securities, tech securities, or those big name securities take 5, 10, 15, 20% discount, that's a good time to be maybe looking to accumulate a position, right? You never want to buy at the highs. You want to wait patiently for pullbacks, just like we do when we're scalping the markets. Same thing if you're looking to accumulate a position on Micron, on these big names, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia. If you're looking for SpaceX, it might even dip further, right? You don't always have to be stuck buying the highs. Apple stock plunges after raising prices on its MacBooks, iPads, amid the global memory crisis. So look at Apple is down 6%. It's been a long time. Like I'm a shareholder of Apple, and I can't even remember the last time I've seen Apple negative 6%. So will this continue into tomorrow, into next week? Maybe this might be an opportunity to look for a potential position in Apple, but it might even drop further, right? So that's why analysis has to take place. But Apple is right now is driving the market down. Micron stock soars after a blowout earnings, which reset the AI trade. So maybe this helped the AI bottom. Lower oil prices, maybe the Fed's next problem. Okay, so we got oil that's dropping. Crypto markets have been cut in half. Okay, does this sound familiar? We cut in half. So last time I checked, Bitcoin's all-time high was around 125, 126,000, and now it's cut in half. It's trading at 59, 60, 61, 62,000. Maybe it's finding its point of control to find some good support to bounce back, but it could even dip further, right? It could be a capitulation move. We've seen crypto drop 90% from the highs and always rebound to all-time highs. It's a cycle that it goes through, and we might be going through the bear crypto cycle right now. And anytime things are cut in half, right? That's what we do. We cut the candles in half. We're cutting the entire valuation of crypto in half. So again, if you bought the all-time highs, unfortunately, you're in drawdown or you got liquidated because you're over leveraged. There's other smart traders and investors who are waiting and they're licking their chops for these opportunities now when others are stuck holding and they have no capital. That's why I always stress on these calls, always have dry powder in your cash account for situations like this, because I know 90% of traders are all in and buying at the highs and they're stuck now. They're watching, they're logging in on their broker and they're looking that they're in drawdown and they have no more money to buy all these opportunities. And then the investors who are sitting on the sidelines are buying up all these pullback opportunities. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? That there is opportunities that come, but you have to have the right mindset how to accept these opportunities. You can't be stuck holding, buying all-time highs. Like, this is the time when you got to now deploy a little bit of capital. I'm going to be doing the same thing too. Maybe I'm going to wait till next week, maybe start a little bit of positions on these and dollar cost average in. If it goes down lower, I don't think like Nvidia or Apple or Micron is going to go bankrupt anytime soon, but it's a good dip buy to buy. Okay. And my mindset is, if I buy Apple and it goes down 10, 15%, I'm not looking to maybe just scalp it in the next 5 minutes. I'm looking to hold it for multiple months, years, and invest in it and hold it, okay? So there's a different mindset from scalping, intraday trading, swing trading, and investing. And that's what you need to learn to be an all-around solid trader, okay? So this is news. I'm not going to read everything, but lots of news. Whatever you want to read on here, it's here. And we can see the markets right now. So Bitcoin is down below 60,000, taking a big hit right now. Crude oil is right around 70 bucks a barrel. Gold is right around hovering just above 4,000. Our VIX volatility index is up right now. Russell 2000s, NASDAQ is the only red index is NASDAQ. Tech is still taking a little bit of a hit, negative 0.6%. Dow is up, maybe a potential all-time high again, and S&P is flat, okay? And moving over, guys, our Discord, we send out signals, trade ideas throughout the day. Here's one on long US30 around 52,047, 050 area, and look at how it comes out. So it comes out with a level right over here where we're looking. So that 52,047 rounded up to 050, your psychological area. There's where the big blue candle breaks above, and we're looking for a pullback. Look at, guys, like, look at how it pulled back. Black candle, black candle. Look at where the wick is. The wick is hovering right around that entry, and look at how it bounces off, and look at the next candle. It's a bullish ignited candle right off of that. When they grab those pending orders, then the momentum comes up, closes, and then it carries over to the next bar. And look at it, it's bullish engulfing, and this volume did its job. It created a new high over that wick, created a new high, and it got almost right up to where the original high was. And if that's a nice candle, you could also cut that in half to see if it pulls back into that volume as well, okay? So if you caught that, congratulations. That's a good move, and that could be well on your way to maybe hitting a daily goal. If that's not enough, there's commodities. Commodities, a lot of you guys trade gold. There was a gold trade that hit over 160 pips. Here's where it broke out, okay? We don't want to buy the highs. Remember what I'm trying to say here. You want to try and teach yourself the discipline to not FOMO trade. Even securities go to highs. I know it's exciting. Everyone wants to buy the highs, but look at how nice a pullback is. Does it all always happen? No, but look at how it happens. It does come down, goes back up, lower highs, pulls all the way back down, and then right back down into the entry area. 4,005, the 4,000 psychological. You can go right down to that wick and put a line, and I guarantee you it's hovering right exactly at 4,000. And if you guys understand the way how I trade psychological numbers as well in the markets, then the price action will make even more sense. But you got to take your learning very serious to understand this, not just play Mickey Mouse games with yourself, because the longer you play games, the harder it's going to be to learn this stuff. And we're trying at SST to make this as clear and easy as possible for everybody to learn, no matter what level you're at, whether today's your first 5 minutes of trading or it's your 5th year or your 50th year in the markets. There's something that you will learn here. And then there's the push back up. Will it come all the way back up to here? It might be a double top. Will it fill those wicks, create a new high? Will it come back down, double top? Will it be a bottom down in here? Or will the selling pressure come down, fill that wick, and then we're dropping through? And then if you don't do anything while you're in profit, well, then stop loss can get hit. That's trading. You got to understand that. So we have parameters. We have rules too when you're trading. When you go into profit, when you're in the money, as we say, you take your stop loss and you start to reduce it, maybe bring it to a break even. Worst case scenario is it pulls back down to your break even. You don't win. You don't lose any money. It's a lesson to learn. Or you take out partials of your profit. When the trade is moving up 20, 30, 50, 100, 300 pips, you scale out. You close a position. You can close half of it. You can close 80% of it. You can close 90% of it. You can do what you want, all right? Because if you leave it to run, maybe it will not come back up here, then it comes down and you don't have a break even, then it will take your stop loss, then it goes down as a loss in your journal, okay? If you need trade ideas, signals, we do provide these. They're all here. Here's the free Telegram for everybody. Thank you guys, 300 viewers on YouTube and everybody on Zoom. I appreciate you guys. Here's our free Telegram. It's pinned at the top of YouTube. Here's all of our upcoming lives. You get the link here. Here's the before and after of our signals and trade management. Here is Dave with the snipers in the Zoom, getting the pips in there as well. So Dave does Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays in the private Zoom for Colmex and Wall Street. If you guys want to join Dave, you're welcome to join. Just sign up on the website. And guys, here's the giveaway that we're giving away tomorrow. Here it is, the giveaway. So rules to enter. You must be following both our Telegram channels. So it's pinned at the top. Click on this link right here. And you got to be following the AI trade ideas Telegram as well, and you can win a couple months for both of these for us and AI trade ideas. Okay, and that's pinned at the top. And guys, if you want to join SST and be part of the live trading with Dave and in the Discord and all of the trade ideas and all of the indicators and all of the education and all of everything we offer at SST, you can sign up on the website. It's 50% off, just like crypto right now. The whole market is cut in half and we're cutting our prices in half. Use this code at checkout, SSTJune50, or send us an email and we'll help you through the process. Okay. And if you need free blogs, they're all available on the blog section right over here. There's lots of blogs. Okay. And guys, finally, let's get into it. We're going to go right to the charts. Thank you guys for everyone subscribing to the channel. We appreciate you guys. Just last week, we hit over 100,000 and we do appreciate you guys. So thank you guys so much for that. If you haven't subscribed already, now's your time, and like the channel, and let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to do gold. Guys, I do have the financial juice news on the side. I know you guys are saying the chart is small. I can go full screen like this and open it up just a little bit more, and then I can come back to the news and things like that. But this is a new layout we just started. Your feedback is important to us. A lot of you guys saying, Ron, it's small. Maybe we can cut the size of the promotional side on the right side and cut it in half and open up the screen. Okay, but again, we'll work on this, okay? For now, I'll just go full screen while I'm doing my analysis. We're going to do a top down and we're going to get into it. So this is where we're going to mark points of interest on the daily, look at the hourly, and then bring it down to the 5 minutes, okay? Welcome everybody on Zoom. Good morning, guys. Tony Gold, welcome. Massive congratulations on Sun's achievement yesterday. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. And it's amazing. And today is my last day of my daughter's school, and then you guys are going to see the kids will be here with me all summer long while we're streaming. And so I'm going to enjoy the next few months with the kids here all day. Country cousin, welcome. Vinay, good morning. Welcome. Raul, thank you for joining. Tulumi, Krina, welcome. Ozdemir, Mehabar, Mahedi, welcome, brother. Thank you, guys. Mike, welcome. Sergio, welcome. Krina, your son is fishing on the Danube River. He will miss some. I will miss some live sessions because the internet does not. That's okay. Don't worry. Though there will always be sessions here to catch up on. Enjoy the fishing with your son. That looks beautiful out there. It's a very nice view. Okay, guys, and everybody on YouTube from the top, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate everyone. Prophet Leroy, welcome. Saful, welcome. Who else we got on here? Kriko, welcome. The Discord is available to those that sign up on the website. The free Telegram is available. It's pinned at the top for you guys. Tony Gold, welcome. Thank you. And everybody on YouTube, I appreciate all of you guys. Okay, so I'm going to do a top-down analysis right now. I know there's a big bullish candle that just opened right there at 1120. It is a structural bar, guys. You know what to do with this. It did close above. What I would do real quick if I was, on the charts on the 5 minutes, I would basically cut it in half and I would find the point of control of that bar. Reason being, because it's got large volume. It closed above these highs. So to me, it closed above that structure, and that's what I would grab the Fibonacci tool, and I would find out the point of control and see if it will continue to hold up and move. If it can't hold it, it will invert it and maybe try to come back down, okay? So that's what I would be doing first thing with analyzing that bar right now, and now it's pulling back right into the point of control of it. So we'll see if it can hold up. But I got to do the top down because I have no idea where we are on the charts right now. I just saw that 5-minute candle just right now. Okay. But that's how what I would do with that bar. And I'll explain it in more detail as I go along. Okay. Starting from the daily now. Okay. You can see I'm off of the 5 minutes. Big downtrend on gold on the higher time frame. So these are daily candlesticks. So I know 5 daily bars makes a week. So there's more than 5 bars here. So this is a weekly downtrend. This is a monthly downtrend. This is gold is heading down right now, but it's not crashing. It's not a bear market because look at gold, how it's been performing. It's on an all-time high uptrend. These are pullbacks, then it goes to all-time highs. This could be another natural pullback and it could go back up. But right now we have to still understand it is coming down. It needs to find that support. It needs to find where it bottoms out. And it hasn't bottomed out technically yet. Okay, so starting with the all-time high, it's right there. Let's place a line on it. I like to do orange for the all-time highs, and look at the number. It's just below 5,600, suggesting that psychological number that I'm talking about. Nice whole number. And since the all-time high that it hit back here at the end of January, early February of this year, it's been a lower high, 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 and new lower low as of yesterday. So this is continuing to push down. If you're buying, there are counter pullbacks. If you're buying today's candle, it's still a counter pullback. I know it looks bullish, but it has a whole weekly downtrend coming down. Okay, so let's just continue moving to some obvious points of interest. Right there is another point of interest on the daily, and you can see it's a zone there. So I'm making it as a zone, and I'm going to make it red. Are we inside that zone? No. Could it come back up here? Potentially. It could come all the way back up there and go all the way back down. We are not there yet. Okay, so we can acknowledge the zone, but we're nowhere near this. Okay, but what we can do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place an alert right here, just in case it does come up here next week, next month, 6 months from now, next year, maybe 5 years from now. When it comes back up here, I'm going to get a notification to watch this area of interest because that's could be where a high probable setup could play out. Okay, we're nowhere near that. So what we have to do is we got to continue our top-down analysis. Where did it find a bottom? Right here, it found a bottom. Now we can clearly see it. It's easy when you can clearly see it, right? But that's why we teach these lines are static and can be used in the future. And I'll show you an example of this yellow line, okay? Right there we can see there's a body and no black bodies closed below. We see the push down, we see the damage done by the wick. We know what that day was. It could have been the Black Monday on March 23, but we know that day at 7:03 a.m. is when Donald Trump made a tweet, and he said that the Strait of Hormuz is open and everything is a-okay, and look how gold bounced off of it, double bottom. Now, to understand this point of interest and to back test it right now live with you guys is once you establish a point of interest, static line, it's support. Let's go back in the history and look in the past. Was it resistance? What was it? Okay. If we go all the way back, there's that same line, and look at where we meet right there. Back in October of 2025, it was gold's all-time high. Okay, it was a red zone. At this point, those 4 days when it was trading there, it was a red zone. You can see it came in, back down, came in, and then back down. That's a double top, 4-bar double top, up, down, up, down. Okay, if you extend the zone into the future, look at it came back in there in December. This all-time high was October. I know my months, October, November, December, almost 2 months. It came back in there, and look at what happened. It was just consolidating in there. There's where it closed above. Okay, so when a bar officially closes above, we can determine what the zone is. So with that blue bar showing the buyers are strong, I make the red zone green, right? Now green zone, stretch it into the future. Same zone. I'm not changing the zone. I'm just stretching in the future. There's where it pulled back in. If you never bought right there, look how it pulled back in, held, closed above again. That's kind of like a double bottom. And then look at the volume, breaking new highs. And that took us right to the all-time high, right? And then it sold off dramatic, like with a lot of velocity. It came down in 3 days, all the way back down. Look at that wick, almost came right into that green zone. And if we continue to stretch across, there it is. There was the break, liquidity grab, sweep, whatever you guys say, and look how it held above and came back up. Okay, this is another critical point of interest, but I'm not going to talk about that right now because you guys know how to do that. Look at where the wick came up. There's a close, there's an ignited bar, and there's a retest. Okay, you should have a yellow line there too to cut this zone in half like this. Okay, this is where we're really consolidating now the point of interest. And look at the number, 4,650. Nice psychological area. You can have an alert there if you like. You see, if gold was to come up bullish, before it hits my red zone, it's going to hit that yellow line. And it could come, look at it, we still have this yellow line. It could come up there, come back down, then go up with a higher low, break, close above. This is support now to come up to there. And then before it gets to that red block, that's where it could get rejected. And then that's where it could shoot back down, right? So that's why I have these lines marked on my charts, okay? And then with this green zone, look, I'm stretching it into the future. That was a black day that came down there, and look at what it bounced right off of, the green zone, and came back up. But we got the lower highs. We had buyers, but they're not doing their job, closing above or creating new highs. And right there is where on Friday of guys, that was NFP Friday, the beginning of June, the first Friday, and that's where we got the volume continued to push down and close below. So right there, the Tuesday, there's the black sellers, they're there. There's where my zone turns red. And you see how I stretch it into the future? Again, it came in there, rejected, inside bar, and then pushed down, and then look how it retested it, and now we're continuing with this downtrend. So you see this red zone? Stretch that into the future. See, I've got a red zone up there, and now they've lowered the offers. So you see how the sellers are lowering their offers? And if you keep buying, you're counter buying against all these sellers, okay? And let's now analyze more as to what's going on the last few days in here. Do we have a pivot? Now, guys, pay attention, okay? I'm zooming in. You can pretend that these are 1 minute candles. You can pretend that these are 5 minute candles, but in fact, they're daily candles. Now, watch what I'm doing. I'm going to show you that all candlesticks have the same characteristics. Hit the like on YouTube if you're following what I'm saying, because once you learn this, you can trade any time frame that you want. You can be a 1 minute scalper like myself. You can be a 5 minute scalper like myself. You can trade the 30-minute candles, the 1 hour. You can be an intraday trader. You can be a swing trader on the 4-hour daily candles, or you can be an investor looking at the weekly, monthly candles. Now look, did the black candles come down and did they pivot and stop right there? The answer is yes. I'll answer it for you guys. If you're humming and hawing and you're guessing, look at what I'm doing. It came right down there. It broke, there's the low, but look at where a closed body is and an open body is, okay? So that's a pivot of support. Now look at in the future, it's basically almost cutting yesterday's volume in half, and we're still below it. So this is our resistance. Look, today's high is right here. I'll start to dissect this, but you look above us, that was an area of support, and now it's resistance. 4,070, okay? Now look at what I'm doing. I'm right-clicking it, and I'm adding an alert there, because that could be a potential selling opportunity. If it pulls back into here, it might get rejected there and push back down, okay? If it closes above that, it might use this as support to continue to try and get back up to the opening balance of Wednesday, or maybe 50% of Tuesday. You guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'm gonna continue going now. So you got to understand that. If you're humming and hawing and you don't understand that, then I can tell that you got a lot more learning to do. And we have a whole website filled with education teaching all of this stuff, okay? Now, if we go down now, we look at yesterday. Let's look at yesterday. Yesterday was rather bearish, okay? It opened, you see it's got a tiny wick, barely came into 50%. So I can still mark 50% of that black candle just in case we get up there, okay? So remember, these are static. That might be for next week, next month, okay? So we're continuing push down. Now, look at yesterday's volume. Did the sellers do their job and fill that wick right there, Thursday, June 11th? Answer is yes. How do I know that? Because I can see that they created a new low, okay? So this was a point of interest at one point, this wick where it came down. And look at now, we have a little bit of tiny blue volume above this yellow line, and look at the number, 4,024, 025, that psychological number. So if we can stay above 4,025, maybe we can continue to fill up our wick and go up to this yellow line, okay? If we lose this, if the sellers keep pushing it down below this yellow line, then sellers are in control and have a high probability of maybe exhausting this blue volume and coming back down to our opening balance right there, which is like a Walmart price, $3,997.76, just below 4,000 psychological level, give or take 20 pips. Okay, that's how, look at where they closed and where it opened. Ask yourself, look at how yesterday, how much volume. It was trading all the way at 4,110, and look at where they closed it. It dropped all the way down to 3,960, and they closed it right at 4,000. And look at our opening balance right at 4,000, okay? So just following, again, there was our close. Here's our open. So if I go with a weekly low, there's our weekly low right there, 3,958. Let's even write on this. Let's put an alert. And while we create the alert, we're also going to write on this yellow line so we all know. We're going to put a nice big text here. This is our weekly low. Okay. So we're going to see, is it building today and tomorrow at the weekly low? And maybe we're going to bounce next week off of this. So that's our weekly low. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can all see it. Okay. Right there. Now, it came down there yesterday, created the weekly low, buyers bounced off of it, came up, closed right there. That's where we closed. This is our opening price. So now look at what I'm going to do. On this yellow line, I'm going to write opening daily price. Okay, that's our opening. You know how a candlestick has an OHLC, an open, high, low, and a close? That's our opening price. Okay. Now, When it opened, it was initially bearish, right? Right now it's bullish. But when it opened, it was a different story. It opened and it was black, 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 black. And there's our low of the day. So I'm going to make a purple line now to illustrate that's my low of the day. And now we look at the relative of today's low of the day compared to the weekly low. It's in fact higher. So the sellers did not do their job to continue to fill yesterday's wick and create a new weekly low. Now we got buyers stepping in, making a weekly higher low, okay? Officially right now. Will it hold up? I don't know. But right now, we got to speak facts. That's our low of the day, and it's holding above the previous candle. So that's our low of the day, okay? Now, we see it come back up, come back up, come back up. Right there, our opening, and look at how the candle flipped now. Blue volume, blue, 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 blue. So here was, right here, Thursday, June 11th low, and you see it's above it now. So they pushed above it, and that's our high of the day. So let's figure out our high of the day so far. 4,040 is our high of the day currently. Remember, there's still time left. This can continue to go higher. It's not officially closed yet. High of the day, I'm going to put in brackets so far, right? Because they can go higher. This is not, the candle hasn't closed yet. So we still have 5 hours and 17 minutes to go, okay? So now when it came right there, it got rejected, and our volume that we can trade is right in here now, okay? So look at it from yesterday, it's still below 50% of that big candle. Can we do a 50% zone? Should we do a 50% zone with yesterday's candle? Well, it did close below the structure, okay? So what I'm going to do with that big black candle from yesterday is grab my Fibonacci tool, go to the opening balance, drag it down to the closing balance, and look at the 0.5. It's right there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm moving this yellow line right down to the 0.5, and look at the high of the day is the 618382 of the volume. Look at it, it's right there, right above it, okay? And I'm gonna now make my red point of control zone right there. Okay, you guys see that? So what I did was I cut the black volume in half, and I figured out my point of control. Okay, so you can see where it got rejected at our high of the day, it's just right below the zone, right? Did it come into 50% of the zone? Not yet. Did it come to the top of the zone? Not yet, okay? So we can stretch that zone into the future, right? And you can see if you're trying to buy, you're still buying against that offer in the market, that block right there. Do you guys see that? Okay. And then when we're done with the Fibonacci, we get rid of it and we continue to analyze. So now we look at the overall picture of the daily. Okay. Look at right here. See where we're getting these wicks? Look at this. This is a location I want everyone to zoom in on. Okay. I'm going to zoom in on it. So I want you guys to zoom in right over here. Did you guys see something over here? Right here. You guys, you got to be on the same page with me. I'm telling you, this analysis will change your perspective and can change your life as a trader when you understand what I'm doing here. Does this pattern look very familiar to you? Even if today is your first day trading, okay, this pattern should be familiar, okay? Came down, there's the neckline, there's this bottom, and then there it broke out. What is that? Yes, Pedro, double bottom. W pattern, okay? Very easy. Now, let me show you guys what to do with this, because right now we could potentially find gold's bottom right now, and we could maybe look that it's going to move off of this next week. But let's see. Watch what I'm doing now, okay? So pay attention with me. I know gold on the 1 minute, 5 minutes, there could be a potential trade, but pay attention to what I'm doing here. We'll trade for the rest of our lives together, but right now this can change your life, okay? Let's look at what I'm doing here, okay? Okay, look, let's put a yellow line right here. And look at how the bodies line up properly, okay? Let's do a yellow line like we're doing, okay? There's a body, and the wicks. So that was the official bottom, 3,927, okay? And look at how it cuts this blue candle in half. That's a structural bar. I'm positive that it closed above some structure to the left. And now we can draw a zone off of this, okay? So what we can do is, if you just want to drag it down to like those wicks right there, that's perfect. That's all you need. You don't need to overcomplicate anything, okay? There's a zone. We can go backwards and look. Look at it. Look at that green box, what I just did, okay? Look, see those 3 wicks right there? Right there, right there. Watch. I'm telling you guys, when you learn this, you're going to be skilled for the rest of your life. You're going to teach your family generations to come. Look, you're going to say, Ron taught me this. A wick came out of there. The first bottom. There's the second bottom, okay? Showing you it bounced off. And Ron always says the second bottom has traditionally more volume because there's more buyers and it broke through the resistance. Now, let's go back and back test. Remember, trading is also back testing. That's a big bullish bar, structural bar. Let's verify this bar right here. And I'll tell you the date, Monday, October 6th. Someone on this call is saying, what the hell is this guy doing analyzing Monday, October 6th? Today's date is June 25th, and this guy's looking back on October. Did he smoke a lot of weed today? Probably, but look at what we can do here. Now, to verify the zone accurately with high probability, grab your Fibonacci on the opening of that bar, drag it up to the closing, and look at the fucking green box. Look at it. Sorry for swearing, guys. I apologize. But look at that's my French Canadian. But look at the green box. Look. The cut point is right there. There's this 382 or the 618. I can now literally make my zone exactly. And look at when it came back in here, October 30th, and it came for the second time the first week of November 2nd. Look at that, guys. So that's why I did the same shit with what's happening right now. Now, let's drag this entire green zone into the future. We could potentially catch the bottom of gold, okay? Look at what I'm doing. November of last year. There's December of last year. Here's Christmas. Happy Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate, whatever, okay? Everyone celebrates. Christians, Muslims, Catholics, Orthodox, everything. It's a good time to be off. It's holidays, okay? Here's Happy New Year. It doesn't matter what religion you are on January 1st. You're celebrating New Year's. This is now Happy New Year, everybody. January 26th. Now, we continue moving into the future. Here's February 2nd. This is a big day. It's Groundhog's Day and it's my birthday. Okay? So, has the volume came back into the zone? Remember what I always say. The patient investors make the money. The crazy FOMO retail traders lose money. Am I Greek? No, I'm Albanian, but Tikanis. I have a villa in just 10 minutes away from Corfu Islands in Greece, Saranda, Samil, Albania. Okay, so has it came into that zone for a third time? Answer is no. Okay, it didn't come in New Year's. It didn't come in on my birthday. Let's continue moving. We're into March. Okay, we're into April of this year. Has it came in here? No. We're going into May. May was last month. Okay, here's June, and look at now we're into today. So look at where our bottom is right now. Okay, look at how close we are to that big zone, and look at where they grabbed the liquidity. See the big wick right there? So mark that wick so we know where they swept the liquidity right there. You see that? That was the liquidity sweep. I'll even write it down. This was a liquidity. Hopefully I can spell it right today. Liquidity sweep. I put liquidity. We're not talking about Diddy here. We're talking about liquidity, not liquidity. Okay, sorry, that was just a P Diddy. Yeah, that was that was a mistake. Remember, last week my daughter spilled the chocolate milk on my keyboard and it accidentally put a D instead of a T. So that said liquidity, but it's liquidity. Okay, so that was the liquidity sweep down there. Who came down there? Who swept the liquidity? Me, you, who? Your mom, your grandma? Who swept the liquidity down here? You tell me. Who did this? I'll tell you who it was. This was Donald Trump right there. No, I'm joking. This was institutions. This was bankers. This was the corrupt mother effers that did this. Okay, they liquidated down here and they caused the double bottom of gold. And look at where it ended up. Okay, you know when we're following the trail, this is what we're doing. We're following the trail of money. Now let's continue to bring the money into where they could sweep again. Okay. Okay. Do they want to sweep in here or down there? Below the green zone is where they can sweep, but they're not there yet. Okay. So what I'm doing is, look at what I'm doing. I'm going to place an alert at that yellow line. Let's all do it together. Let's place an alert here at 3,925. Right click, add an alert. If it ever comes down there, this could literally be the potential bottom of gold right there and then come back up. It could sweep. It could even take out that and come all the way down. And I could go back all the way back early October. I could go back into September of last year and figure out exactly where there's some gaps in the market, where it's structural candle. I could do the same shit. I could sit on this call all day with you guys. We can do this for any security. I love doing this. This is what I do on my weekends. I'm a boring guy. I just like to chill on the charts all weekends. Okay, if you guys want to join me, you're more than welcome to. But this is what you got to do to make some money. You got to put some time in the charts. Okay, so we have a really detailed daily analysis. Okay, and it is still technically trending down. Okay, some of you guys like trend lines. Okay, whether you like them, you love them, it doesn't matter. Look, from this all-time high, even if you plot it on that wick and you just drag it, right? You can still see the markets going down. But what I like to do is maybe from the all-time high, bring it down to the bodies. Let's hug a body, right? Let's hug a body. You know when you want to hug someone. I'm a hugger, okay? I don't know about you guys, but if I see you, I'm going to hug you. Dave hates that. Whenever I see Dave, I run up to him and I give him a big hug. I'm a hugger, okay? So what I do is I hug the bodies of candlesticks. There's a nice analogy. I hug the bodies. You see how from the all-time high, I come down and I hug those two bodies. Give it a big hug. Okay, I see the wicks are impulse breaks. Now, when I hug the bodies and I come back down, look at again. I'm hugging the bodies over here. I'm a big hugger. Okay, let's all hug the candles. And you see how it's still lined up properly. So continue with that massive trend line that we're hugging the candles and make it yellow to illustrate. Or what I can do is I can make it orange. Okay, that's Donald Trump's all-time high trend line. Okay. Donald Trump's orange face. That's how I understand that that's the all-time high and that's the all-time high trend line descending. So you see, we are in a descending triangle, just our basic triangle pattern. It's descending. So even if gold is bullish and it bounces and it comes through, breaks that resistance and comes up here, look at the trend line is right below the red block, right? It could come in there, maybe a false little breakout, and then come right back into the trend line, and then boom, they're slamming it down, okay? So that's why, if you want to utilize trend lines, know how to plot these things. I see a lot of you guys are all over the place with your trend lines. Some of you guys are using it at wicks, then you switch to the bodies, then you're doing wicks and bodies. On some time frames, you're doing wicks, another time frame, you're all over the place. Okay, stay consistent, and if you're doing it on wicks, stay with the wicks. If you're gonna hug the bodies, hug all the bodies, okay? On all time frames, when you go from daily, hourly, 5 minutes, do the same consistency across the board. You guys understand what I'm saying? Consistency in trading will yield consistent results. If you change your style today, tomorrow, next week, you're confusing yourself and you're confusing what's going on in the markets. Now, so the last thing we want to do is confuse ourselves. Then you're going to be humming and hawing when you get a nice setup because you don't know, is it at the wicks? Is it at the bodies? Has it closed? Is it impulse? You don't know. Stay consistent, okay? So everything I do right now on the daily, I'm going to do the same thing on the hourly and the 5 minutes, okay? So today is a nice bullish candle, right? But we're still counter trading. It came right back up to the wick and created a new high again. But we're trading in that point of control of yesterday. So now, I'm going to now dissect this daily candle on the hourly. Sorry it took so long, but I think today is a great example of how to do a top-down analysis. Look at our hourly now, okay? So we're creating a nice bottom here. Look at the low of the day and the weekly low. Look at our hourly, okay? So there's a body there and there's wicks. Let's draw a green hourly zone right here, Okay, so see what I'm doing? Now I'm using the hourly bodies and the low of the day and the weekly low. And I see hourly candles coming in right there. Wednesday at 2, at what time was it? At the end of the day, 2 p.m., 3 p.m. It bounced. Okay, let's see. Let's put it in the future. It came back down in there Wednesday, 11 p.m. and bounced back up. Okay, look at, is it still holding the hourly support in there? Yes. Okay, so this is an hourly support zone. Okay, has it came back into here? No. Okay, so you can have an alert if it comes back in there. Let's follow this. Here's a nice hourly bar. Remember all of the news at 8 a.m. yesterday, today? Look at it, nice big bullish bar. Comex and news closed above right at the structure. Look at now. Now I'm using a white line for hourly. Here was an hourly pivot in the market. Look, same candles, different time frame. Okay, look. There's where it came up and closed. I see an impulse, 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 impulse. Then it came back down. Look at this 8 a.m. candle. Came right up, broke, and look where it closed. Right at the line. Exactly. Okay. And then it opened 9. It was bullish. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Did its job. Created a new high. Came up to there. Got rejected. Came all the way down. And look, inside bar. You could have consolidated these 3 hours exactly like that. Right? Trap them. And it went black, blue, and black again and closed. And it's still holding that zone right there, okay? And look, it's right above the opening daily price. That's why these are huge letters I'm showing you, okay? So you can drag this green box to the opening price if you like. Any pullbacks in here, we can consider buying in here. So what I like to do is maybe have an alert at halfway of the zone right there. See? 4,005. So right click, I can add an alert, and that's an hourly zone. I'll even write on here that this could be a potential buy zone, okay? Possible buy zone. But it's not in there yet, okay? Possible buy zone. And where did we get this from? I'll even put in brackets from the 1H. We got this possible buy zone from the 1 hour, okay? How's that look, guys? Fancy? Fancy shit? Fancy smancy? Now, look at right here when we started the call. It came right in there, right at the 50%, and took off, and it's doing its job. Look at it. Filling the wicks, filling the wicks, filling the wicks, creating a new high. And now look at where we potentially can come up to. 50% of our bigger red zone. Sellers could be there. Buyers could break above it. We watch what happens, okay? So we're at the high of the day. We just created a new high. This hourly candle is closing in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, okay? Now, is the hourly bullish? Yes, but look at the hourly trend, okay? It's nice, but look at how deep it's been pushing down. It came down there, back up, lower high, back down, came back up, lower high, then a new lower low, back up there, lower high, all the way down there. So even though it's bullish, 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 it could come right in there and go back down. Or it could close above and we'll invert this to a green zone and might give us a catapult to push all the way back up to there and retest this levels, okay? So we're building a little something here on the hourly. It's nice, but there is potential for it to come back down, okay? And now I'm going to now break down all of this into these 5 minutes. And this is what we're looking at. Okay, the 5 minutes, is there a trend right now in the 5 minutes? Yes, we can identify it. It kind of started, hug the bodies, right? If you want to hug bodies, let's do it right there. See how I'm hugging a body, and then I'm hugging a body there. I'm continuing with the trend line. I can go all the way up, right? I'm going to make it red because we're doing it on the 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I like to do my analysis. Okay, so we are in an ascending triangle approaching the high of the day and the yesterday's daily point of control. So you see it moved up, pull back, higher low. It moved right there, didn't break, right? So then it came back down right there again, another bottom. Then it broke out, pulled back, and now we're breaking up again. Okay, so we are in an uptrend on the smaller time frames. 5 minutes. It's going up, pulled back down, holding, came back up, couldn't break the high right there. Then it came back down, picked up bigger buyers here at 11.15, then that massive bullish candle at 11.20. And look, did anyone buy? Remember at the start of the call? Guys, you guys go rewind it. Remember at the start of the call when I said, guys, cut that big blue candle in half and find the point of control. Did anybody do it? Did anybody do it? Or am I the only one that thinks about doing this? Okay. Did I not say find the point of control of that candle? It was a structural bar. The first minute when we started the analysis, that's when we started that big bullish candle. And first thing I said was, I'm going to go do the daily top-down analysis. It's going to take time, but if you want to trade off of this bar, you can cut it in half and find the point of control. If anyone on the call did this, look at what you just saw. Okay. Now it's already happened. Okay. But you got to know which bar to cut in half and to find the point of control. That's the thing that I'm trying to stress to you guys. Anyone can do this. Okay. After the fact, but it's identifying which bar you should cut in half and wait for. So this was the bar. I told you to do it. And look at how it naturally came in there, came in, and look at when it closed below. Now the clue. Here's the clue. Look at when it, the wicks. Guys, I can go on and on and on and on and on in days and months and years and centuries with you guys about understanding price action. Look at this. Did this bar, black bar, close below the zone? Yes. So what I would have done is that point of control red, just like I do. Now, look at this side, look at the wick, the low right there, okay? So it did close below. Now, it opened, ignited, bearish. How? Ask yourself, how? Ask yourself, Habibi, I see you. How? Like every single day, I'm asking myself, how did this physically not like break? Look at how it opened. It closed below. The selling volume is there. This candle opened right there. How was it not black to just take out that wick just a tiny bit? Why? Because the market created a higher low support right here on the 5 minutes. This can be on a daily, this can be on a monthly, this can be on a hour, this can be on anything. Okay, you see what it did now. Now look, it came down, sellers did not do their job. Higher low, just like I marked on today, the weekly low and the daily low. Look, it's a higher low, came back up. Now, buyers are strong. Blue, 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 blue. When it gets right there, that's where it should have got rejected. That's where a seller should have been offering, and then we should have seen a wick, and then it exhausts this black volume, blue volume down, and then it continues downtrending. So this is when you look for a retest opportunity to sell the market, and it's not there. Okay, you see when it, believe me, I'm watching this too when I trade. I'm looking for it to get rejected there because I just flipped the red zone. Now look at the buyers. They came all the way up right through the red zone, up to the opening balance of that candle, filled the high, created a high, and closed again inside the zone. So remember, the zone was originally green. I flipped it just on that bearish candle, but now it's back in the green box. So that was a fake out. That was a 5-minute fake out. And if you bit on that, you got to learn how to analyze a candle. And look at it. So if you sold down there with that candle not breaking, there's your clue. Look at how they held it up there. And that was a clear fake out, okay? And now look at where we're at now. It continued to hold above and break highs, close, and this is where we're at now, creating new highs. And now that zone is still green across the board, okay? Does this make sense, guys? Okay, I know there's a lot of lines, I know there's a lot of zones, but if you understand from the beginning of what I just did, it will make sense, okay? Believe me, and a little practice helps, okay? Now, we're gonna watch on the 5 minutes what's happening, okay? We're gonna add some indicators, okay, to even further complicate our charts, okay? So our 9 EMA is this green line. The 5-minute volume is above the 9 EMA, okay? So that's bullish for short time frame. The 200 EMA, look, the 200 EMA is this purple line. It's right at our possible buy zone, right there. So if it comes into here, if it comes all the way back down, black, into there, that's where we could potentially buy. Remember our analysis? Our opening daily prices right there. we have a possible buy zone from our hourly analysis, and our 200 EMA is lining up appropriately with our zone. So it could come down in here and then bounce back up. However, it could invert just like this candle. That black candle could come down, close black. Then when it comes in, we've already flipped the green zone red. It could be a potential sell zone where it comes in and then sells, and then we take out the opening daily price, and then we're dropping down to potentially the low of the day, and then we're approaching our weekly low, right? So everything will lead to a zone. And then there's our other zone that we got from all the way back from, you guys know, from back October of the last year, okay? So right now we got gold still consolidating up here. So it's still technically bullish on the 5 minutes, okay? But now we have where it could reset up here. We're trading at the highest point of the day, and we're now trading in yesterday's bearish daily point of control. So let me just go back to the daily to show you where I got this red zone from. This red, what we're trading in right now is yesterday's daily bar. There's the yellow line, 4,050, cutting it in half, and there's a little bit above and a little bit below with the Fibonacci. So that's what we're trading into. So on the 5 minutes, where this red zone comes from, if you're just joining the call, that's what it is. There's that red zone. That's yesterday's bearish point of control, okay? Mahedi, you love the Christmas time, full of lights and fun. You're Muslim, but still, I love to attend. You love to attend Christmas festivals. Yeah, we call it Musmas. we call it Musmas over here because I celebrate like Christmas with all of my friends too. They're Christians, and they invite me. I go, I attend, I enjoy the time with them. They enjoy time with us. We all call it Musmas. Half Muslim, half for Muslims, half for Christians. We call it Musmas, and everybody's happy at the end of the day. So it's just a time to celebrate. You know, you don't got to get overly religious and things like that. It's a good time to celebrate with friends and family over the holidays, and it can be a good time. Okay. Guys, does the screen look very small? Okay, I need your feedback because I can alter on the weekend the OBS and make the right side of the screen where it's showing like those promotions. I can cut that screen in half and make it smaller. No, on the OBS on YouTube, Pedro, I'm talking. For you guys on the Zoom, you guys see full screen. Okay, you guys prefer the screen to be a little bit bigger? Okay, we can maybe cut the promotional side in half a little bit. Okay, good. Feedback is good. And then if I go to the news too, it gets smaller when I go to the news. Okay. So we got some Israeli Defense Minister Katz speaking. The military will remain in the security zones in Lebanon, Syria, and Gaza as long as necessary. He will say, we will not withdraw from these security zones. Canada Prime Minister Carney said, Trump called me on Wednesday. Topics discussed with Trump included NATO and Iran. And there's some little bit of news going on. So we'll keep it full chart right now. Too small? Okay, we'll get it corrected. The OBS on the weekend. What we'll do is we'll just make the promotional side a little smaller, and then that will open up more real estate for the charts. All good, guys. But also, I zoom in, so I'm a big fan of zooming in. So when I zoom in, you should be able to see everything. Oh, Nick, I didn't know that. Thank you. You can make those promotional a little bit transparent so the chart is still big. Okay. I'm not a technical guy, so I don't understand all this stuff. We had a guy who made it for us, but definitely I'll relay that to him. Thank you. Okay, so you see it's selling right now a little bit off of the high of the day. right? It's coming down, okay? So will it hold in here? Will it consolidate in here? Will it break for a new high? It's going to come down, test this. Thank you guys. And if you can leave us a like on YouTube for that analysis, I'll do US30 much faster, and it will throw NASDAQ as an AI trade idea for the promotion and show you guys how you can copy paste the chart, and it will give you direct feedback and analysis of maybe a potential buy and sell on your particular time frame that you give it. Okay, so we'll do all of that. I'll do a top down much faster on US30. You'll see I'll fly through it. I took my time with gold to show you guys when you learn it, you can do it for any security. And I'll show you how I'll do it with Dow, but much, much faster, okay? Amazing. That's a great comment. I like that. I like that. Amazing. This Volt, sorry if I butchered that name. I see you're Polish. I've been watching your live streams from Poland. I'm going to Warsaw every time when I'm flying out. My nephews right now, I got to take them to the airport. They're flying out. They're going to go to Warsaw, and then from there, they're going to go to Albania. But I come through there too. So shout outs to all the Polish out there. And this Volt, thank you. Just repeating what you said here. And you have to admit that this is the simplest strategy you've ever come across. Zones, lines, and trends. For the past 2 months, I finally started making money. Yeah, it's very simple, but can look complicated. I'll state the obvious. If you're just new here and you're seeing this right now, all these lines and this and that, it looks confusing. I'm not gonna lie. Even when I was learning this, it was confusing, but then I made it very simple. I know that I would write down what these zones are, everything. Then I know higher time frames hold more weight. So yes, this is a nice little 5-minute point of control, but it doesn't hold as much weight as an hourly. Like if it breaks this, like yes, it could just come down there and bounce off of it, but it's low. It just happened like an hour ago, 50 minutes ago. Okay, this zone below here is stronger. It's deeper. It's called a depth of market for a particular reason. So it held over here at 10 a.m. It held back over here at 11:15. So if it comes back down here like around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. this afternoon, it's deeper. Maybe more pending orders are accumulating in there as opposed to just this 5-minute zone. But if that one doesn't hold up, I know that this one is deeper down in here, the low of the day and then the weekly low, higher time frame, right? That one is which one is the best? If I was to say which one is the best to buy off of, obviously the deeper you go, this is the best. This is the next viable option. But if you're just scalping for small pips and a small little bounce, that's your next available option, okay? And you just trade off of those with alerts. That's it, right? I could even right now, I could walk away from my trading station. I could go right now. I could go outside. I could go make some lunch. I could go do anything. I have now the alert set up. So I just allow the market to come to me naturally. Like I could walk away, get an alert there, and then don't take a trade, watch it on my mobile, see it comes down, then it comes down there, then I get an alert down there. And then now I know that this is a better opportunity. Then maybe it bounces out of there and retests this. Then I could go into a potential buy like so. Maybe I want to buy right there. Maybe I want to place my stop loss below the opening day price, below that entire zone. Maybe my TP would be to come back up and retest the high of the day. You know, maybe if it breaks out for a high day, that could be my reward, right? So that's how I trade off of. You don't have to literally sit at your computer all day. You can do your analysis, take some time in doing the analysis, because your analysis will lead you to high probable trades and be more successful over time. You don't have to stress about trading in a consolidated zone. You don't got to stress yourself out trading this stuff right now. You can wait patiently. That's how you get paid in the markets. You will learn over time. You're going to come to me after a couple years. If today was your first day trading, you're going to say, why are we not trading this? Why are we not buying? Why are we not selling right now? But you will understand, give it a year, give it 2 years. And then you're going to say, oh, I remember that guy on YouTube. I remember he was waiting in here and he was waiting in there. Now I understand why he's waiting in there. Trading is a waiting game. You got to wait to get paid. If you want to rush all this, you can, but you might get caught in this sideways trading action. It's frustrating, right? You might get stopped out. Then your next trade might be you're frustrated, take a revenge trade, and then the market sucks you in again. And now you're at 2 big losses for the day. And then you can't stop trading this because you got to make back your money. Trading is a very vicious circle. It's a very psychological. And then you take your third trade, and before you know it, you've lost your phase 2 challenge. And then you got to go start from the beginning again. And then you come to me and ask me, Ron, what happened? I'm gonna say, well, why were you trading 1, 2, 3 trades in there? This is like you're speculating at the highest point of the day. Why don't you wait for something down here or here? And then you're gonna say, I can't wait for there. I don't have patience. Then I'm gonna say, well, that's what you need to learn. You don't need to just focus on price action. You need to learn patience. Okay, so I'm going to address this question to this guy in YouTube, and I want everyone to listen to the questions that I get asked, okay? So I'm singling him out. Rishi Kabishiki, okay? This is what he said to me, in quotations. This is what he said. Why don't you stop talking too much and tell us a trade if you know too much? Okay, so so let's just tell him a trade right now. Everyone, tell him a trade right now, okay? I'm talking because I'm trying to wait for a pullback to come into here, right? You got to wait, Rikishi. You got to wait. I'm waiting for this to possibly come in there. I got to wait. The volume's not here. Are you mentally not there? I have to wait for this to come in here, okay? But if you want to trade right now, let's all give him a trade, okay? Let's plug it in with the AI. Let's see what AI tells him. Just tell him a buy or sell. That's all he wants. Go for it. Go for a buy right now. Go for a buy. Let's give him a vote. Go for a buy. Buy right now. Go for it. Okay? Just go. You're buying the highest point of the day. It's trending up. Go for it. Buy. See what happens. With 3 lots, I say go 5 lots. Go Lambo sizing right now. Go for it. Test it out. It's your account, not mine. Go enjoy it. Rikishi Bishi. Mitsubishi or Rikibishi? Rikishi Bakishi. Go for it. Say you're in the money right now. If you bought right now, you're in the money. If you bought right now, like when we were saying it, you were up 20 pips, and the candle's going to close in about 2 minutes. So you got a good buy, Rikishi Bishi. Okay, while you're doing that, the rest of us, we're waiting maybe potentially in here and maybe in here. Okay, that's the problem with a lot of traders, is you see how impatient they are. And I guarantee you, Rikishi Mitsubishi is a person that donates all of his money to the markets. I can guarantee you that. I'm not a broker, I'm not a prop firm, and I'm not a market maker. And I would love to trade against Rikishi Mitsubishi all day long, because I know he's very impatient. So I would be patiently waiting to take all of his money. But I'm not ruthless like that. I'm very nice. I'm a nice person. Okay, and now Rikibishi, we got to watch now where this bar will close. Now you're in drawdown now because you bought a breakout candle on impulse before it closed. So let's see where it will close. They could reverse this on you and then be a black candle coming down on a double top. Did you consider that? Or were you just buying and selling blindly like most traders do? Because you don't have the patience to wait for 5 minutes and you want to learn trading. Good luck to you, Rikishi Bishi. Rikibishi drives a Mitsubishi. Sorry, but I got to make fun of guys that are just idiots. You're being an idiot with me, so I'm being an idiot with you. Okay, so it closed right here. Okay, I'm sure your stop loss is potentially below these candles right here. Now you got a bullish ignited candle, which is building and can continue to fill back up. So buys, you're looking good. You're looking good right now. Okay, while Mitsubishi is in a trade, I'm gonna do a top-down analysis on US30. So maybe we'll see a potential setup on US30. Okay, I'm gonna do a fast analysis. Fast. Okay, Ron talks fast. Remember, I talk a lot of fast. I'm scamming you guys out of education, trying to give you guys a free education, and people think I'm scamming you guys. So let's start off with US30. I'm going on a daily, okay? Everything I did, I'm not going to be writing shit down and do all this. I'm going straight top down. I see a zone right over here, okay? Obvious. Go for the obvious as much as you can. That was a all-time high on Dow. Look at the date, February, going all the way back. Did the volume close above? Yes. So it's a green zone now. Stretched into the future. Oh, there's a nice little liquidity grab, nice little fake out of the market, closed above engulfed. That's what took us to all-time high. Is that a zone? Yeah. Look at the block in the market. What number is it? Detail all that. Okay. Now continuing to move up. Do we have an all-time high? Yes. Today we created an all-time high on US30. There it is. What's the new number? 52,725. Wow. So it's those psychological numbers. Okay. Do we have some points of interest on the daily? Right here, it was a pivot. It came up, blue candle, black candle, come back down. Is it holding? Yeah, there's a body, swipe below, again, higher lows. So you have a little bit of a daily zone where here was a red zone stretched into the future. Mitsubishi, I hope you're learning over here. You're learning with us? Keep learning. Okay, stretch it into the future. Okay, I'm placing an alert here, Mitsubishi. I'm putting an alert here just in case it comes back down to here. I might be looking to buy anywhere around here, around 51,500. But Mitsubishi, it's not here yet. Okay, so we either got to buy, we got to be FOMO buyers and buy the all-time highs. And we're in serious drawdown right now. This is a daily candle. This is not a 5-minute candle. This is where Rikubishi over leverages because he doesn't want to learn and he just wants to buy and look for a trade at any time of the day. And then he's wondering why he's not a consistent trader. Okay, we don't trade like you. Sorry, we are opposite of you. So guys, this goes to everybody. 600 viewers on YouTube and all of you guys on Zoom. If you want to be a good trader, don't learn like Mitsubishi over here. Learn how to properly do this, okay? Take your time, analyze the markets. Now, let's look again. Do we have another pivot point? Yes, there's a pivot right there. Wow, look at the structure here, Mitsubishi. Look, it closed right there and it opened right there. Look at this candle. It was an impulse, equal highs, and got rejected and closed there. Is that not our close and opening balance today? Yes, it is, okay? So look at it. There's our opening balance. Now let's analyze. Mitsubishi, look over here. Opening price came down. Lowest point of the day, purple line. Higher low, yes. Nice whole number, 850, beautiful. Came back up to the opening. Did the buyers do their job today? Yes, they filled those equal high wicks right there and right there. Those were points of interest yesterday. That was an all-time high yesterday and yesterday's daily high. Did we break it? Yes, we did. We broke it, created a new all-time high, rejected. And now this yellow line is momentarily our resistance, okay? We might even lose all of this. This might be a potential, guys, if you got children around, please cover their ears right now. This might be a potential fuck you candle, okay? Mitsubishi, you got to understand that. This could be a potential FU candle, okay? Even up here on gold, it's coming down. If it comes down, you're developing a double top and they could start to drop it down as soon as it breaks that 5-minute support right there. But it's still building, but we got some wicks in the daily point of control of yesterday, okay? So it's coming down right now. Now, I'm going to go right into the hourly. There's no point in sitting here dissecting daily. We got to see what's going on. Where did all this volume come from? It came from right here, 10 a.m., right there. That's what broke us out to the all-time high. Now, hourly. We got an hourly pivot right there. White line, okay? 52,531 is hourly resistance. Even if it comes up blue, there's my hourly rejection right below the all-time high. It came up, it's coming down. Now, Look at this hourly on Dow. All it has to do is continue to fill and break that low right there, 240. We're not too far away from this. As soon as it breaks this hourly wick, the 10 a.m., we're going to drop like a rock, and it's going to come down and potentially come back down to the opening balance of this 10 a.m. candle at 52,100, or just break to 90 right there, okay? And then when it comes down there, you have to understand that you got a little bit of hourly and daily support right here, right there. You can draw from the white line to the yellow line and draw it across. That could be where it comes down and bounces back up. If we lose this, then we're going to come down to the lowest point day, and it's going to be a daily FU candle. Listen to what Unk is saying, okay? So right now it's coming down. Go to the 5 minutes quickly. Here it's coming down. Here it's coming down. There was the double top at the all-time high. There's your 5-minute zone. If you ever want to wait for it to come back into here in the future, there's your 5-minute red block. Stretch it into the future. Okay. Now you see it's coming down, coming down. We're below that. So let's see. Will it fill that entire bullish candle? If you were looking for a scalp buy, I would wait for minimum some blue volume to close above 52,400, because right now we got lower highs, okay? I wouldn't trade at all this shit zone in here, so I would consolidate all of that and wait. Let Mitsubishi, Rikubishi trade this shit. Us will wait for better setups, okay? And we can potentially buy out of here if it comes down there. So set yourself up with an alert in there. If you want your alert at the top, mid, bottom, you do what you want to do, okay? Doesn't hurt to just add an alert there, okay? So that's Dow. You see how quickly I went through that? Let's add some fancy indicators for Rikubishi over here. Green is the 9 EMA. We're below it. There's the purple 200 EMA right in our potential buy zone. And let's add our daily bar on the hourly. So there's our hourly inverted candle. That could continue push down, but there's still over 30 minutes to go on this, okay? So that's Dow. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold is still consolidating right up here at the highest point of the day so far. Okay, so look at Dow pushing down. Is anybody in? And look at, guys, look at what can happen, okay? Like, look at those big bars. That's a 5-minute huge bar. Ignited, pop candle, wick, continue drive up. Had you not done anything, let's say you bought right there, okay? I'm not, but maybe you did. That's 600 pips, 600, not 60, 600, okay? And if you don't do anything, look at how the market can come all the way right back down and cleanse you out. And that's demoralizing. Holy shit. Like, if you went up 600 pips in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, in basically 30 minutes, and then now it's coming all tumbling back down, that's disgusting, right? So that's why we always say what can go up can come down. Okay, you got to understand that. So when you are in the money, secure some money. Don't feel bad, okay? I've never met anyone feel bad taking money out of the market. I've met a lot of people mad or feel bad when they donate to the market. Yeah, you feel like shit. But when you give away your profit, and some of these traders maybe are not at a break even, so the market will come down and maybe come where your stop loss is. And then it's a huge swing, which would take maybe some traders weeks or to recover if they can. So if we're waiting for a nice discounted buy, will it come down into our green zone in here? Yep, the market can go maybe up, maybe down, maybe sideways. There's today's trade idea. Maybe up, maybe down, maybe sideways. And we're going into 12:30 in the next 10 seconds. So we're going to get a new 30-minute candle, new momentum, new volume coming into the market. The Mitsubishi zone is a good sell zone. Mitsubishi is in a buy right now. Okay, and then if it breaks, this is the support it needs to break right here. Okay, we got a double top in effect. Okay, so it came up. There's the neckline. That's where Rikabishi bought. And that's the double top coming down. So you guys know it's got to continue come down. Needs to break this. Might come down in here. It might be like a catapult, like a trampoline coming back up. Okay. So now let's see. Will it find some support at that 9 EMA? Remember, this is a new 30-minute candle opening the market. Okay, will it continue to hold, come back up? We've got lower highs, lower highs, lower highs pushing down. I'm just going to look at my spreads right now. Always check your spreads prior to trading. Okay. So that's why potentially you don't want to just buy or sell on impulse, right? Now you got to see what's happening. Now it's a clear double top, clear M pattern. Hard to decide to buy or sell? Yeah, it's hard. So then maybe wait it out. Let's see. Will this black candle close below this structure right here and then drop further down? Maybe we can look for a potential buying opportunity here. Or they're really going to sell the market down now because it's at the high of the day. Okay. I know it's difficult to process what's going on, difficult to take a buy or sell. If you're undecided, then the best thing to do is pick a side, but trade smaller, speculate. And if you get more conviction, then you can add to that position. But if you go in a sell and it goes up in a small position, you can close it, minimal loss, and then figure out the trend. That's what you got to do as traders too, is speculate, not just go full port on every single decision you think is going to happen, or you can be like Rikishi up here in big drawdown now. Okay, and US30 is continuing to push down. Let's see if it gets down to maybe our potential buy zone down in here. And this candle is going to close in 2 minutes. Okay, so if you bought the highest point of the day because you were FOMOing, now you're at 100 pips of drawdown. Okay, and most traders over leverage and their account is, say, goodbye. Okay, so we found a wick right at that supporting area right here. What was the news? Was there some news? Let's take a look. Just the day-to-day normal news that's talking over here. I didn't see any big news. It's not a big dramatic drop. It's just a pullback from the daily high. What happened to Mitsubishi? Where's Ricky Ishii? I want to know where he is for real. Like, tell me, did you go in a buy? Did you go in a sell? Are you waiting now? I would love to know. You talk shit to me, I'm going to talk shit to you. It goes both ways. Okay, look at, so this breaking a new low could break that structure. Remember, guys, you guys know your candlesticks as well. If it closes right near the low and closes below, this could be a structural candle on a 5 minutes, right? And it could open ignited and continue filling that wick and dropping. Maybe we'll see a clue. Will it open and not fill that wick? You know, will it be a bullish ignited candle coming back up? So I'm trying to tell you guys what could happen ahead of time. Here's the close. Get ready. Okay, so it closed, ignited. Black. You saw it just was ignited black, came down. Hasn't broke the wick yet, so it's still holding, but still ignited head. I can't say that this is a structural candle because it did not engulf that blue candle and close below. So I'm a very technical trader. Okay. Now it could come back up and then get rejected maybe at 50% here. I'm just cutting the candle in half. So you still see how it's holding the higher low support right here. So now it's blue coming back up. Will it get rejected and come down? And if it does, maybe it will bleed back out from the red line down to the top of the green box. That's 50 pips. Into the middle, 75 pips. Down to the bottom, another 100 pip drop. Okay, but right now the buyers are holding it currently. Mitsubishi switched to the poly market. yeah, he's back to gambling. Okay, so it got rejected at the 90 EMA below 50%. Now it's coming down. I'm gonna watch here. Does it take out this wick? Okay, let's see. Not yet. It's a little doji, bearish doji. Still holding support here. See how the buyers are holding it so far? Still at that supporting level. It hasn't broke yet. Still bearish volume. Still holding. It's in a tight little range here. Still holding that wick. Holy shit. So it's been holding this wick for 2 whole minutes. Okay, but now it's pushing down again. Remember, a new 30-minute candle might have higher time frame bearish volume to continue to push this thing down. But it's still holding that wick. Unbelievable. Okay, still has not broke that low, so the sellers still have not done their job yet. But it's still holding that black opening balance still, okay? So you got to factor that in. Still holding it. Okay, I'm going to go into sell now because it's been holding for over 2 minutes. So it's still holding. So I'm going to look to see to come down to the top of the green box. I've already measured it, approximately 50 pips. And then if we can get down into there, would be about 75. That's where I will reduce risk. Stop loss, I can keep it above this wick right up here, above the high of the day, and see if we can continue push down. So this is an impulse candle that's breaking through this structural area on the 5 minutes. I gave it a good 2.5 minutes, half the time on the candle to wait for it, then continue to push down. So if I wanted to pip and dip out of 20 pips, I could, but that's not the point here, is just to get 15, 20 pips. We want to see if we can fill this wick, okay? Remember, we got a job to do. We got to fill that wick right there. We got to get down to 4,030 and 50 cents. I'm going to sell on gold. Scalp sell. So we got lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. We got a new lower low. But let's see if we can close with some black volume below the structure as well in 60 seconds going into the close of the candle. Because then we can maybe make this red line support to resistance to continue to flag down in here to continue to further drop down. Okay, so we got to watch the close, right? The closing balance is very important. 45 more seconds. I'm trying to zoom in as much as I can so you guys can see the close. Okay, so we're dropping nicely with the last 30 seconds. Last 30 seconds, I always tell you guys, of a candle is the momentum. If you guys like to pip and dip out of that, you know, you could even reduce risk if you're really want to. That's about 20 to 25 pips. But that's, again, that's not what we're just looking for. We're not just looking for a pip and dip grab here. We want to see, Can we close below size of the wick? Maybe we get lucky. We get another bearish ignited candle, continue momentum. But if we pull back, we could use the red line for resistance. Okay, so it opened blue, wasn't bearish ignited. Okay, so we need to flip this quickly and fill that wick. It's holding bullish ignited. Bullish ignited is a strong open, so it has a high probability of coming back up. See how quickly it got rejected. So we just rejected it and we never took out that low as of yet. Okay, so we still need to, stay as a doji, consolidate how we did on this candle and continue to build now. Now we're breaking. Again, those are equal bottom lows. We just tapped this exact low of the wick. Now we broke. Okay, so now we could potentially drop and fill to this wick right there. And then we have a measured 30 pips. Okay. I'm going to reduce my stop loss just above 50% of that black candle. Okay, so I just reduced my stop loss right there when I was above there. So I reduced my stop loss for a good 30 to 40 pips. Okay, reduce my risk. I still can go into drawdown and still can get stopped out, but I can't lose as much up there because I'm in the money right now. So I'd like to see if we can continue to push down and take out that wick. So far it's holding support. That's a higher low. Okay, but if it comes back up blue, 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 that's kind of like my break-even point, and maybe we'll test the red line to get a wick and get rejected. Maybe it would be nice to flag down in here, hold, flag, and then continue on the next candle if we can't proceed on this candle. See, we have this small doji candle. Okay, that's good. That's a good consolidated candle. Now all we got to do is just continue bidding down below here to take out these lows. Okay, but there's still strong buyers. Okay, we haven't reached the buy zone yet, and that's where I would be closing more of my position and going down to a break even ultimately if we can get it down there. But this is an M pattern that you just saw, like came up, down. That's what we just broke. Came back up, double top. And then there was the first black bar that closed below. So now it's pulling back up. We want to see, will it stay below here? It could come into here. But ideally, if it retests this, then could continue to push down and get down to our location where we're looking. Okay, remember the first 2.5 minutes of the first candle was consolidating like this too, and then it ended up pushing down. So let's see if we get the same with this candle. For over 3 minutes now, it's still been holding, but it's this consolidated doji candle, 50-50 so far. And then if it holds like this, next bar could be blue and come back up, but now it's coming back up. So here's the retest now. This is the actual retest where it was support, support. There was the black candle that closed below. Now let's see if it will act as resistance momentarily. Okay, this is momentarily because this is just testing the previous bar. So we got a wick so far. It's holding momentarily. It hasn't closed yet, but that's good. That's good to see that we're getting rejected there. Now all the sellers got to do is continue offering and exhaust this blue volume, close it near the opening balance or near the low, and then maybe next candle we can continue to move down. But there's an actual retest of that same exact point of interest, 4,034. But there's still strong opening balance. See, we've rejected it now. Now we need to flip the candle as a bearish pin bar / shooting star and push it down. But this is the battle between the buyers and sellers at the opening position right here, 4,031 and 75 cents. So buyers are really holding this up right now currently, while sellers are trying to continue to push this down. Beautiful retest on that lower high. So that's a good lesson to show you guys real quick how support with a closing bar turned to resistance, the same line. Volume is the only thing that's variable. Okay, so we got a nice bearish pin bar. Now let's turn it into a shooting star and drive down. Let's go. Come on. Got to bid down this red line. We've got to get below 4,030. So we just opened bearish ignited. Okay, we closed as a bearish pin bar. So, you know, we got kind of the opening body that we want. Now we just got to flush right through. We got to go after Rikishi's stop loss. Rikishi was in a buy up here. Okay, I'm going to go to a break even because we retest. I'm just going to be above my retest there. Okay, so that's a good 50 pips, right? Down to the top of the block. Okay, so I'm at a break even, 50 pips. Now it's going 60 pips. I'm going to take, yeah, right there. Boom. I'm taking out 80% right there. 4,028. Beautiful. 27. There's the drop right to Rikishi's stop loss. Beautiful, guys. Boom. That's a target right there. Get your money, guys. We hit Rikishi's stop loss. That shit is funny, guys. Hit a like on the channel. I love guys that talk shit. See, he FOMO buyed up there and we waited and we sold it. We made money and Rikishi is out money. Subscribe to Stock Sniper Trading or subscribe to Rikishi, your choice. Dow, what's Dow doing? Oh, Dow is getting right down there. The potential buying opportunity on Dow. But however, be careful, Kai, because it could also close below and drop a little further. Okay, so just be careful. It could just be one bounce. Remember, a second bounce is always bigger volume. Just keep an eye on this. Monitor the situation. Okay, with gold, we got to monitor as well. Okay, that's 100 pips, guys, right down to the daily yellow line. Exactly. Okay, I'm going to close out the remaining 20%. I'm going to close out the trade because I need to concentrate here. Okay, so I grabbed my money, pipped and dipped. You saw how I reduced where my original stop loss was. You saw how I reduced it while it was in the money. There was the retest, guys. So if you waited for the next bar as well, there was your retest. Okay, I went in early, right? I went in on impulse, but I was following the volume. Okay, but if you waited, look at how it came back up, blue, 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 and look at the retest was the support. There's your black candle that closed below. There's your confirmation, and you could have sold that candle and you would have been part on the liquidation candle right here. Yeah, Lukeman just observing that was a perfect break and retest. Yeah, I agree with you. But it's a nice scalp for 100 pips. That's it. Because we're in the green zone again. And we just hit the daily yellow line. So it could come right back up now. And then again, you're going to piss away 100 pips. Don't be that guy, okay? Either leave a little bit of a runner if you want it to continue, because it could come down black, close below, and flip this green zone red, and we drop down further. But we know that this could be a potential buying zone because it came right there. Look at it. And that wick doesn't surprise me so far. I just want to make that clear. That's why I closed my entire position down there, because it hit the yellow line. What's the point of doing a 30-minute top-down analysis if you're not going to respect any of your lines? Okay, that's what I have to say this. Okay, you guys saw how long we did a gold top-down, basically the first 30 minutes of the entire call. And we just hit a 100 pip trade with barely any drawdown, 5 pips of drawdown, if that, right? So I'll take that 1 to 10 R&R, 1 to 5 all day, every day. But look at that. This good. Remember, it came down. The sellers sold into the buyers, and these buyers right here at this yellow line are patiently pending and got filled. That's why I closed my position to them, because in order to realize profit when you're in a sell, you got to buy your position back. That's how a trade operates, right? And these buyers patiently waited, and look at them. I'm not surprised that they're buying, and that it's coming right back up. So now I look back, when I review this trade, if it comes back all the way back up there to my entry, I'm going to say I did something good on today's call. I just secured 100 pips, right? Just like you can't, guys, you have to have this mentality if you want to scalp or intraday trade. If you don't have this mentality, get off of the 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly candles. Go focus on the daily candles and go in a position and hold it for multiple days. Don't try and learn this shit. This shit will drive you crazy if you don't know what you're doing, okay? But I want to make it clear to everybody. I know I'm talking a lot of shit, and Rikishi doesn't like that, but you guys appreciate learning. And you see how it hit that yellow line? Right there. Those were daily buyers waiting. Yellow line. And that was 100 pip drop exactly. Very psychological trade. Okay, so I'm done with that trade. I realize my money. Okay, hit the likes, guys, if you learned something. Hit the subscribe button if you want to join us tomorrow and do this again. Okay, we're here every single day with you guys. There's a free Telegram channel. We're giving a giveaway tomorrow, a Friday giveaway. You got to scroll up on our free Telegram, and it's right up here. Giveaway alert right over here. Click on this. You got to join our free Telegram and click on the AI trade ideas. You got to click on there as well. Okay, you got to be part of both of these Telegrams, and you can win 1 month of AI trade ideas and a plan with us, premium plan with us here at SST, where you can get the live Zooms, all the education that we do, all of the live trading with myself and Dave in the Zoom, the Discord, private Discord, all the indicators, all the trade ideas, all that shit. Nice. Sam, you got the short with me and you took the buy straight after. That's perfect. Yeah, that's a well-executed trade. Mahedi, you got a 50,000 account challenge done. Congratulations, bro. That's big. That's big, man. Take the time to celebrate. You know, review. Mahedi, I can't stress this enough. A lot of traders I see get excited. They pass phase 1, phase 2. They don't go back and review anything. Then they just go to the next phase, and then they mess up. So take your time. Take your time. It's not a race, right? Take your time. Go back. You probably made a few mistakes in there, learn from those, and then the profitable trades, learn from those, because you want to continue with that momentum into your next phase, into your next into live account, whatever it is. But same with this trade. The trade that I just took, I'm gonna journal it and I gotta analyze it. Okay, did I do something good? Was my entry okay? Could I have been done better? Yes, I could have waited for that black bar to close and waited for that and then sold that. I could have. This is when I'm reviewing it now. The reason why I went in on an impulse is I broke it down for you guys. That was the second double top, and that candle held for 2.5 minutes, and it held its opening balance. I was watching that, guys. I'm very particular with my price action. And then when I saw it hold, I went in, okay? And then you guys saw how I reduced stop loss, took profit, scaled out, and now it's coming right back up. Look, review. Where is it coming back up at? The yellow line, okay? Now it's coming back up. And this is still a green zone. It has not been broken. Guys, do you guys want to plug in on the AI trade ideas, NASDAQ? Do you guys want to do NASDAQ? Give me a time frame. Do you guys want to see something higher time frame? Like maybe if we give it a bigger analysis on NASDAQ? Let's try that, okay? Let's go quickly because we're going to wrap up the call in about 10 more minutes. So let's try this. Enoch, maybe I said that wrong. 100 pips done, phase 2 pass from Ethiopia. Congratulations, bro. Mogadishu. I have a lot. There's a amazing Ethiopian cuisine restaurant here in London. The food is unbelievable there. Shout outs to Ethiopia. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to NASDAQ, NAS100. Okay, right over here. We're going to get rid of everything here. Sorry, let's just review what is US30 doing. Let me just see that US30 analysis because it was getting to that potential buy zone. Okay, so Kai, I saw you mention it to me. So we're right in here, but look at thin volume. So it is gonna maybe a potential bounce, but Okay, so we came all the way down in here. It could bounce, but remember, maybe a second bounce deeper into the green zone, and then maybe come out. But right now, the volume has faded away a little bit. So maybe sellers are getting tired, maybe exhausted, maybe they can't find anyone to sell to down here. So maybe momentum is going to switch to buyers, bringing it back up. But even if you're going to buy, you got to understand you're counter trading this big selling move. Like there was buyers there, you saw, and then it came back down. There was buyers there, and then it came back down deep. But now we're approaching, again, the yellow line, a daily point of interest, similar to what just happened with the gold, okay? So maybe this thing has further room to drop in. It might be another little bounce, but then we see as there's a resistance, maybe we'll come back down for the second double bottom, bigger bounce, okay? And then you look, if you're still following what's happening here with gold, it came back up, resistance, lower high, but we're below the red line and closed as a spin top candle. So again, buyers and sellers are 50-50. And now it comes back in with a black candle coming back down, but they got some big wicks to fill. If it comes down black, and closes below here, this green zone might turn red and we broke the trend line. And then it could really start to flush down, come all the way down in here, okay? I'll be here tomorrow streaming. All you got to do is like and subscribe. Go to our website right over here and check the live sessions. You'll see every day we're trading. You see the YouTube links. Okay, that's me, Coach Ron. Mondays this time, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tomorrow we're here again with you guys, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then Dave does Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with the private Zoom and the Discord community for Comex and Wall Street, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Okay, so what were we going to do? We were going to do a NASDAQ trade idea for the AI and see what it spits out at us, okay? And US30 is still dropping down, okay? George, how do we determine the daily point of interest? We do a top-down analysis at the start of the call. If you watch over today's video, once we go through the news, the first 5 minutes, we go to the gold top-down analysis. Today was a great day to learn the top-down analysis. We spent at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes, going from the daily, hourly, right down to that 5-minute sell trade. So you'll see where I get all of my yellow lines from, okay? And it's good review for anybody on the call. Again, we have a lucky number of viewers. We have 618 viewers on YouTube. So we're at the 618. So thank you guys. Appreciate that. Okay, so real quick, NASDAQ. I'm going to show you guys how to use AI chart ideas. It's a great tool to have alongside when you're trading. So we'll pick a chart, NASDAQ. I'll get rid of all of my indicators. We'll start with a fresh chart. We'll do a higher time frame. Let's start on the daily. Let's give it something to really analyze, maybe a swing trade, okay? So I'm going to take a snapshot and give it this. This is what it's going to see, okay? Okay, so I'm going to take a snapshot of all of this, okay? So going over here, I'm going to take a snapshot. Let's download this image. Just going to save it. Give me a moment here, guys. Okay, so let's go to the AI trade ideas. And we're going to go over here. Okay, so AI trade ideas. And tomorrow's a giveaway where you guys can get this for free. So where it says drag and drop a chart in here, let's drag and drop a chart in here. Okay, there's my NASDAQ chart. There it is. Okay, so there's the NASDAQ on the daily. The exact snapshot I'm going to give it. And maybe it will give us a good swing trade. Okay, we'll see. Now, let's plug in. Is it spot? Yes. You can. Is your chart spot or futures? This one is spot. So it's NAS100, the symbol name. Let's write it in here. NAS100. Select the time frame. We selected the daily, right? We went higher time frame, daily. Last time we did a 5-minute one. This is a daily, okay? And then the example of what the price tag is. So the price tag is 29,403 of the current price right now, okay? 29,000 of the chart, 29,403 at the time of the screenshot, okay? When we're all done, I'm going to analyze it now. So look, it takes about 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10, 20 seconds, detecting patterns. It's looking, analyzing market structure. It's doing its thing. Okay, so it just gave us something. Analysis complete in 10 seconds. Not bad. Okay, so let's see what it tells us. NASDAQ 100 from the chart that we just gave it on the daily is telling us bearish. Okay, what's the confidence? 55%. So is that conviction? It's still okay, but not like 70, 80, 90, 100%. Okay, so the trade setup, what it's telling us, take an entry price of 29,400 and look for it's modest risk to reward. This can be altered. You can alter this too. Okay. And then it's telling us where to put a stop loss at 29,800, where to enter. Remember, you got to watch bars close. You don't just enter like Rikishi blindly. You got to actually look. Now, let's look at the analysis. This is the good part. Let's read this. Trend analysis. The daily chart displays a long-term uptrend from September's lows near 22,800 to May highs above 30,700, followed by a clear pullback in recent weeks with lower highs and lower lows visible in the final candles. Some key levels. A horizontal dotted line sits near 29,000, acting, nice psychological number. What does UNC tell you guys here? 29,000 acting as an immediate resistance, while recent swing lows around 28,700 to 29,000 provide visible support. The y-axis shows price action contained between 22,800 and 32,800. Trade setup. A bearish entry near the current 29,400 level targets the next visible support zone with stop above the recent consolidation high, offering a measured risk reward within the displayed range. Some risk considerations. Volume appears to increase on the latest down candles, confirming selling pressure. Yet a sudden reversal above 30,000 could invalidate the setup quickly. So if buyers buy NASDAQ and it closes above 30,000, it can invalidate this. Just like a scalp could, if those buyers on that 5-minute trade that we just took, if they closed above, it would have invalidated our sell setup, okay? So some risks to consider: sudden reversal above recent highs, low volume confirmation on breakout. So we can watch this. If we were to plot it, so it's looking for a sell below 29,400 to 29,800. Remember, I'm not taking the trade because the daily candle still has 4 hours to go. But if we were to set it up, 29,000 sell 400 is approximately right there, right? And then it's saying to keep the stop loss at 800. So right above the swing highs, like right around there. That would be the setup, right? So if we can get like a daily bar to continue to close below there, maybe come back up, retest this, just like the sell setup we had, then you're looking for the bearish volume to continue to take out right here, those lows, those most recent lows. You can have a yellow line right there, 28,190, 200 right there. And then if it takes that out, you're in the money. How much further is it going to go down like this? I doubt that, okay? But you got to look at visible structure, what you have over here, okay? What you're working with, okay? So this, I'm going to leave. I'm going to monitor this maybe tomorrow and maybe see how it goes next week, okay? So that's how I use that AI trade ideas to give me a potential trade in 10 seconds. Maybe Rikishi Mitsubishi needs to subscribe to this because he could get trade ideas in 10 seconds, you know, and doesn't have to sit on our YouTube channel and wait hours like the rest of us. So if you want quick analysis, quick trade, AI trade ideas, that's your go-to, okay? Gold is still now bouncing in the green zone over here. And let's go back to Dow. And Dow is still trading in this zone right over here. So we might see maybe a little bit of a reversal coming back up, or it's going to just maybe continue dropping down, okay? I feel like we had a good call today. Is there anything else that we need to go over? What else we got going on? We got some good football games today. What do we got lined up? We're almost getting to the knockout rounds. We've got Ecuador versus Germany at 4 p.m. Curacao versus Ivory Coast, 4 p.m., the group stage now. Then later this evening, we got Tunisia playing Netherlands, the Dutch at 7 p.m. We got Japan versus Sweden, 7 p.m. Paraguay versus Australia. And late game is Turkey versus USA. So lots of games tonight. Exciting. We're getting through to the round of 32 almost. Cousin, did I enjoy the Ghana versus? I was at the Ghana Panama game, not the Ghana England game. We also went to Germany and Ivory Coast, but both games were unbelievable. They were unbelievable. Thomas Partey really glued the team together. Yes, he really did. To get a draw against England, unbelievable. Yeah, Ghana's really playing really well, really well. Okay, guys. So what else we got going on? Forex Factory, guys. Remember tomorrow's news. Light day in the markets. Just treat it as a Friday, right? I'll go over those rules tomorrow when we get started. We went over today's news. We had the PC inflation numbers come out, and Discord, guys. Dave and the team are sending out signals. Look at this. The long setup on gold over 250 pips. Look at this. How many times it's bouncing off of this zone? So that's why static. Look at it. It came back down, back up. Look at it. If you had another alert there, you get alerted, and then that's what drove it back up, right? You can utilize these lines, these signals all day, every day, right? You just got to follow the volume, right? And then we got a lot of impulse traders that just trade on impulse, but you got to learn to trading is not just buying, selling at a signal. You got to watch and see what's happening, because the only thing that's moving is the volume. It's variable. This could invalidate this and turn this to resistance, right? That's what you got to watch for, okay? So we do indices, we do commodities. Here's another one, maybe potentially playing out for US30 on the 10 minutes coming down. We're watching the 52,047 right in here, 047. It's like right here now, but you got to watch and see, right? It's coming down on the 5 minutes. We got to watch for a blue candle to come out of here and close above. Then build off of this green block and maybe come back up. The volume is thinning out. You can see the volume is thinning out, but they could also do a nice like liquidity grab. You know, where you see a big elevator black candle come through here. See that big bullish candle? If I was a market maker, I would be maybe targeting that right there. See that big bullish ignited candle that started right there Thursday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern? If I was a market maker, which I'm not, I'm just your friendly educator over here, I would take that out, right? I would liquidate that position, take out all those orders, pick up all those pending buyers, and hit all those stop losses. That's what grabbing liquidity is. Maybe reverse the market back up into the green zone, build and accumulate here, and then take it off, right? But you can, maybe it takes time to get down there. You can see it's already bouncing off of, look at right there, the halfway point, 52,050 and 47. So far bouncing off, but we don't have a blue candle officially closing. It's a lower high, lower high, lower high. It's building, but not confirmed yet, okay? So keep an eye on that. This block might play out this afternoon for Dow. Gold, the block is holding for the buyers right inside here. So see all these red lines, clean up your chart, tidy up. And I'll leave this red line because that was the major resistance that's holding lower high. But if you're looking for another trade, just continue waiting it out. Moral of the story is, don't be Rikishi Ishii today. Take your time, because remember Rikishi Ishii bought up here and we sold it down. So that's the moral of the story. Okay, guys, I appreciate everybody. I got a migraine headache. I got to get out of here. My head hurts from, not from you guys, but from me staring at this white screen all day. My head is killing me. I'm going to go relax a little bit. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone who subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Thank you everyone who liked our stream today. We appreciate you guys. We would love if you guys would join the SST team, trade in the private Discord with our members, and trade with Dave, and get all the indicators and all the education and take your trading to the next level. We've slashed our prices in half at 50%. You can join on any premium plan. If not, join us on YouTube. All you got to do is subscribe, and it's free for you guys as well. Okay. So the best of both worlds. If you join the program, you take your trading a little further. You're not just trading with myself on YouTube. You're trading with Dave. You're trading with the entire Sniper team. You're in the Discord. You're trading with Forex Borex and alongside of everybody else. And Scotty's back, and Scotty's cleaning up in indices and gold as well. So shout out to SST Scotty. He's back here as well. And all of the other snipers in there, Surge, and all of you guys, everyone in there. I can sit here all day and list everybody's names. Everybody brings their own individualistic style and perspective to the markets, and that's what trading is learning from each other. Okay, learn a little bit from me. I learn a little bit from you guys as well, right? You got to be open to learning, and join the free Telegram. And don't forget tomorrow's giveaway. Okay, there it is. Don't forget to enter. We choose the winner tomorrow. Okay, and we want to give away every Friday a premium plan to SST and a free month of the AI trade signals and ideas. Okay, and a lucky winner on YouTube is going to get it tomorrow, but you have to follow those rules and subscribe to both of those telegrams. Okay, that's it from me, guys. I had a great time. We pipped, we dipped, we had some fun, and oh, and yeah, I just saw you, Sam. US30. Shame it was a sniper entry. Look at it. Okay, I know I didn't take the buy, but analysis came right there. Look at it, 52,055, right down to basically did not break the low of that wick, right into that green zone. And look how it came up. And now a big bullish ignited candle coming back up. So it's got to close strong. This could be a potential structural candle if it closes above all of this. It could just come up and get rejected back down. But that's a good, solid move, right? If you're following this, okay? And that's why you wait for these zones, the bigger, higher time frame zones, right? And this is where the bigger orders could be, the bigger volume, right? Okay, guys. Christoph, have a great day. Thank you guys so much. I gotta get out of here because it's my daughter's last day of school. They're gonna finish an hour early. That's what I mean. That was a big bullish ignited candle, but you still see it's selling pressure pushing it back down. So this is where it could consolidate in here. This is where it could trade sideways. This is where it could build the building phase again, and this is what you got to go through, right? That candle bar did not close. That's what I was trying to say. It came up there. It's very strong. It's ignited. It's an inverted hammer candle right now, and it could continue to refuel itself, but you got to respect that there's still selling pressure. You are still technically counter trading this trend right here, and it's not easy to do that, okay? Ask these buyers right there. Ask those buyers right there. And it all started with the big double top at the top there. Okay, guys, have a good day. Thanks, guys. Sorry, my computer just froze, but it's right at the end. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, everyone.